No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
I've just recently saw this guy training in the gym that I manage. He wore a mask. When I asked him why he did that, he told me a friend gave the mask to him, telling him if he trains like that, he would have no problems in the military. Today I tell you what benefits you can expect from going to the gym with a training mask, how it functions, and if it's worth it or not. For those that don't know me, I'm a certified fitness trainer and online coach. I write for one of the biggest self-improvement websites, lifehack.org, and as said before, I manage a fitness with over 1000 regular members. In fact, a couple of them were masks apparently. I also read some studies on training masks and even some interesting patents that I could find, dating back to 1997. Here's my take on training masks. There's a saying about endurance athletes: live high, train low. Contrary to popular belief, these athletes are not weed fanatics. Instead, they talk about using altitude as a training stimulant. The higher we go in our atmosphere, the lower the oxygen saturation will be in the air. Therefore, the harder the training will be and the more red blood cells will be produced. The hypoxic air in high altitudes forces your kidneys to produce more EPO, which then increases your red blood cell count. If you have more red blood cells, you basically have more transport vessels in your body. You can imagine more trucks driving around in your body, transporting all the good stuff. This will give you more endurance and more energy during the day. That's why a lot of the best endurance athletes come from highlands. The mask should mimic that stimulus. By making it harder to breathe, it should be similar like altitude training. But the problem is, it's not. The training mask is a portable, lightweight device that you can wrap around your mouth and nose. There are two parts of the training mask: the stabilization mechanism and the main body. The main body is the heart of the training mask, obviously. It works by minimizing the airflow to your lungs by valves. The valves can have different shapes and structures, but they all work the same way. You have to have pressure through inhalation with your breathing muscles to make the valve open itself. You can also adjust the resistance of the valves of most training masks. Not only do we have to breathe harder in extreme altitude, the air around us is also desaturated, which means that the air has a different composition which has a deeper effect on our blood cells. Now the problem is that 99% of training masks don't have a mechanism to desaturate the oxygen. I found a patent in 1997 which plans to incorporate a plastic filter which should minimize saturation, but the truth is that desaturated air can have drastic side effects on our body. It might therefore be not suitable to be mass produced because there's a high health risk involved, similar to producing not a flamethrower. I assume the company would get high rates of lawsuits of people with brain damage because they desaturate their air too heavily. So is the training mask effective? It could be. We've talked about how our body adapts specifically to the training mechanism. Our body only adapts to what it needs to. The limiting factor while training with the mask are the breathing muscles. So our breathing muscles, meaning for the most part the diaphragm and our intercostal muscles, will get trained. The mask is therefore not effective for building muscles in your arms, chest or legs, or building muscular endurance. But if your main goal is to create cardiovascular fitness, if you run a marathon or fight professionally, or even if you feel you're not getting enough air during your day, it might make sense for you. But use it as a tool to give your workout that extra intensity, so not more than once or twice a week. Your main training should be done using normal, tested and proven methods. What I found out though is that the mask is effective on the mental side. The mask could be a trigger to get you in the zone. Putting on a mask, you simply feel like Bane in Batman, ready to get stuff done. If the mask increases your motivation, you will be able to push yourself further, creating more micro tears in your muscles, which then could eventually lead to more muscle growth. But again, more motivation can also be achieved by a cool song or that cute girl doing squats in front of you. A training mask is exactly that, a training mask. In fact, it can't be called an altitude mask because it doesn't mimic altitude. It simply puts harder pressure on our breathing muscles, which therefore get trained. I see a beneficial effect on our training if you're ambitioned endurance athletes, or if Batman is our nemesis and we call ourselves Bane, but not in our day-to-day lives as people wanting to fulfill our full potential. If you want to buy the mask and feel like Batman villain though, click the link down below. Plus, if you want to know more about fitness, nutrition, mindset and health, and how these arts can help you get the most out of your life, subscribe to this channel.